Today's video was inspired by a direct message I got on Twitter from You're Not Justin, who's been a mutual of mine here on YouTube now for a few years, and he wanted to know why you shouldn't use Robinhood. And actually, this is a very reasonable question to ask because you see all the time people saying, don't use Robinhood, don't use Robinhood, but no one really says why you shouldn't use Robinhood, and also what you should use instead of Robinhood. So in this video, I'm going to explain those reasons and help point you in the right direction. The first warning sign is when you take a look on Google Play. Robinhood has a 2.5-star rating, and really you're reading some of these and it's just a horror story. Here's one from Travis. Horrible app, okay for regular trading, but always has an issue when the market is on a roll. Something always inconveniently happens to the app when you're trying to sell when you're up. It's almost as if when people are making a good amount of money, Robinhood comes with a block. Can't trust this app anymore. He's on to something. CNBC has the answer to this. In an article, here's how Robinhood is raking in record cash on customer trades despite making it free. So everyone knows the biggest appeal of Robinhood is that it's very easy to trade. There are no commissions. It's pretty much free. But how they make their money is explained right here. Market makers such as Citadel Securities or Virtue pay e-brokers like Robinhood for the right to execute customer trades. So what happens is Robinhood sells you out, forwards your order out over to Wall Street, and then they can choose how to execute your trade, right? So let's say Wall Street's doing a trade, I'm speaking very generally, and they find that in a little Robinhood user's trade is kind of in the way. They'll put your trade last in that line of orders in the span of a microsecond. You're buying it last, and then that way Wall Street gets in on the better price, sometimes as little as a penny or a fraction of a penny, and you get in just slightly behind all the other traders. Add this up over time, that's how you make billions of dollars, essentially front-running trades, right? They'll take your Robinhood trade, put you at the back of the line, and then you get your share last. It's kind of like this, right? The stock market is like the line at Chipotle. And Robinhood lets you in the door for free. It's kind of like it pays a bouncer, and you got into the line at Chipotle, but it said, no, you're going to the end of the line. And sure, you'll still be able to buy that chicken burrito bowl, but by the time you get there, maybe some of the ingredients are out, they're shifting over. Overall, your trades execute worse, more slowly, and at worse prices. That is by far the number one biggest problem with Robinhood and why I would never use that brokerage. The second of which is the consistent pattern of Robinhood betraying their users anytime there's a big market mayhem event. So what do I mean by that? Back in January of this year, GameStop and AMC theaters, those stock prices blew up because there was a big grassroots trader movement in the Wall Street Bets community and others to buy those stocks regardless of their price. Normal Robinhood traders, people on Wall Street Bets, saw GameStop, saw AMC theaters and others, and they said, you know what? This thing's going to go up. We like this stock. We think this stock is undervalued. And you know what? GameStop did blow up. It went from $19 a share to over $300 a share. And so this is a time where if you had stock in GameStop and you were involved in this, you would have needed your money at that time more than ever, right? If you had GameStop and it was breaking above $300 in price, you would want to sell. So let's say you have your GameStop stock in Robinhood at that time. You log onto the app, and then what do you find? Here's an article from The Verge documenting this at the time. Robinhood blocks purchase of GameStop, AMC, and BlackBerry stock. Users could still close their position, but cannot buy more. It reads exactly this. GameStop, AMC, BlackBerry, Nokia, and more. Users will still be allowed to close out of their existing positions, but won't be able to buy any more of the stocks. So what happened in that time, if you're a Robinhood user, your shares in GameStop were held hostage pretty much. They only allowed you to sell. They couldn't let you buy any more shares of this company, which is funny, right? Because if they had problems with executing those orders, surely then the sell orders would have trouble too. But no, they just wouldn't let you buy it. And I can tell you, traders on Wall Street were still able to buy GameStop. Ordinary people on Robinhood were not able to do it. It was blatantly unfair, and some people even went as far as saying that it was an outright rigging of the stock market on part of Robinhood. And I can see why many people would agree with that. Here's the thing for any last Robinhood supporters. This is not just a one-time thing. I'm telling you, this is becoming a consistent pattern of suddenly having trouble and difficulties and technical issues anytime normal retail traders are making money on Robinhood. Just recently, as everyone knows, Dogecoin's price exploded over 1,000%, making millionaires overnight, just like with GameStop. And in GameStop, when the stock price was blowing up and making new millionaires and changing their lives, people wanted to rush and get access to their GameStop shares and make their money. Same thing happened with Dogecoin. There were people holding Dogecoin, and then at that time, more than ever, after the price of Dogecoin blew up, they desperately on Robinhood wanted to sell their Dogecoin and get some of their hard-earned money out of the app. What happened? We have 2 tweets here. Surprise, surprise. Robinhood is restricting buy and sell orders for Dogecoin again. And here's another one. Here's just a normal person reporting their experience. I've been trying to cancel a limit sell order for 1 hour. I'm trying to sell 100,000 worth of Doge, but it keeps giving me an error. Please, Robinhood, this is not okay. I need to speak with somebody immediately. I have videos of me trying Wi-Fi, cellular data, and re-downloading the app. Please. Somebody was holding their Dogecoin during one of the greatest price surges in history for a cryptocurrency, and Robinhood wouldn't let them sell. Robinhood has one of the worst executions and worst policies of letting you access your money or your shares or your positions when you need it, in my opinion. So this is why, when people ask me, as they always do, I want to get started investing, how do I do it? I never recommend Robinhood. Robinhood is very easy to use, it makes investing seem intuitive and even fun, but for the reasons I said in this video, I cannot in good conscience recommend Robinhood to anybody. So the next question you're naturally asking is, well, what should I use? What should I do? If it were me, and I've done this myself, I had a Robinhood account until January of this year, at which point I withdrew all the money and canceled the account. There are a few brokerages I can recommend. None of them are perfect and they all have pros and cons. I'm actually working on a video reviewing every single investing app out there and give you my opinion and finding for you the best investing app to use. But for the sake of this video, really quick, I suggest you take a look at these apps. TD Ameritrade, M1 Finance, Webull. Those by far are my 3 favorite investing apps as of right now. I'm doing more research and more reviews, so look out for a video in the future talking about what is the best investing app. But if you're looking specifically for an investing app that won't screw you over during the most important days of trading on the stock market, I have to recommend TD Ameritrade. I used TD Ameritrade during the GameStop controversy, and never once was I unable to buy and sell GameStop shares. TD Ameritrade did announce that they would be restricting trades on GameStop. That said, I never encountered any of those restrictions. That's why I don't like Robinhood. They sell your orders to big Wall Street firms where you get shortchanged, literally, every single trade you make. When there are crucial, big events in the stock market, they restrict your own ability to buy and sell shares or even access your own money when you need it at the worst possible times, and it's too risky to have your entire net worth tied up in an app on your phone. I would pick a brokerage that actually has banks behind it, is established, and maybe even has physical locations like TD Ameritrade and Charles Schwab. That's all for this video, and I'll see you next time.